It's like Mr. Nobody's come back into vote. Remember, kids used to say, oh, I didn't do it. It was Mr. Nobody. Nobody did it. This is where the Prime Minister of Australia now is.
My mother dreamt of a better life for me.
Please don't cry, Ma. I'm here.
I miss him so much. It's too much to bear.
Where's your daddy?
Daddy?
To be honest, Ma, he was a disappointment to me. He never grew any hair on his chest. He died a little boy, not a man.
But, Daddy, what's more manly than trying to kill a fuzzy little animal?
Now that you mention it, I'm disappointed too. He couldn't find a nice girl and settle down.
I'm still here. There's still time.
Tick tock, tick tock. The clock's ticking. Nothing's happened.
I'll never know the joy of feeding my grandchildren rabbit stew.
I think Anthony Albanese is politically dead man walking.
But I'm not dead. I'll prove it. See? I'm dead.
Yes. It's just devastating.
We've heard him called Airbus Albo because, well, he loves his VIP 737 jet.
That's my style. I hope you've noticed that.
And an even larger one for those overseas trips. Yet, you know, it's a really neat jet. It's got its own bathroom, shower and all this sort of stuff. The seats that he sits in his private suite, well, they can fold down to form a double bed. Well, look, he's the Prime Minister.
Reach for the stars.
But now Airbus Albo has a new moniker. It's
Wabbit.
It's Airbrush Albo because he wants to rewrite or erase the narrative regarding his time as Prime Minister. The Voice was a perfect example of a bloke, Prime Minister, comfortable in the VIP class travel, but out of touch with the voters. And, well, many tried to change his mind leading up to the Voice referendum failure, but he wouldn't listen.
Our government will continue to listen to people.
Now he wants to airbrush history to take out his role in the failure of his referendum, which cost taxpayers and, frankly, shareholders of so many big corporates hundreds of millions of dollars.
We'll do so, of course, though, in a context. The context here is we don't want to add to any inflationary pressure.
Joining me to discuss this and more from Hobart is Tasmanian Liberal Senator Jonathan Dunningham, and it's great to see you, Jono, and happy Christmas, happy Boxing Day. I mean, what do you make of this Airbrush Albo bloke? I mean, fair income, amazing.
I mean, it is amazing, absolutely. I mean, thinking he's going to sort of end 2023 by telling people he bore no responsibility for the things that he inflicted on them. Australians didn't choose to have this referendum. Australians didn't choose to go down the pathway that he inflicted on them. They were the first words out of his mouth at the lectern on election night when he won, to talk about honouring the Uluru Statement from the heart in full. Now, Australians wanted him to deal with the things like cost of living, bringing down power prices, making housing more affordable, making sure people could get and keep a job. All of these other things were his doing. And for him to now, it failed, stand up and say, well, this is not my loss. This is not something I bear responsibility for. I think he's just frankly outrageous.
As Prime Minister, I will always accept responsibility for the decisions I've taken.
And it is similar to what we see in Parliament. A lot of Australians would miss this, but when they talk about, these interest rate rises, they're not our problem. The cost of power, well, that's the Ukraine war. And the blame game goes on. For him to walk away from this is just more of the same. And it's what we expect from a Labor Prime Minister who doesn't take the job seriously.
I am who I am. I'm a working class lad, and we need a better government.
Look, I was broadcasting on radio in Brisbane today, and I made the point about all of this. I said, it's like Mr. Nobody's come back into vote. Remember, kids used to say, oh, I didn't do it. It was Mr. Nobody. Nobody did it. This is where the Prime Minister of Australia now is. Jonathan, this is a genuine lack of leadership. He won't pull Chris Bowen into line, and now he's hiding the reality that he served up to all of us.
I mean, it's absurd.